amigos, what bargains await out in La Liga as the free contract scenario comes up once again. I'm going to give you the best possible 11 that's going to be available for free, coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. This time we'll take a look at the best out-of-contract 11 this summer, coming at you from the Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, La Liga related, world football, whenever it comes back related, boys and girls. We have it all here under one Ruski. This will complete the series, the set. What was it, 8 leagues that we took a look at today? We're going to wrap it all up with La Liga. Oh yes, she nice. And before we get stuck into it, a big shout out to the VIP gang, the exclusive 10. That's right, you could be number 11, the Patreons. That's right, we're talking about No Code Drinker, Russell Frost, Cody Cahoe, The Ledge, John Spurn, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, Mitchell Shoney, Constable 1976, Daniel Mellor, of course, Aztec, Marky B. Mark. Oh yeah, those boys supporting the channel right here while there is no football to get excited about. So if you want to join that illustrious VIP gang, there is a link in the description down below. So right here, right now, we are going to take a look at La Liga, the best possible freebies that are going to be available that can still cut the mustard at the top tier, I think, anyway. So we'll have a little look, shall we? Where do we all begin? We begin between the sticks. That's right. And we got, there was 2 options, really, at the end of the day. And I'm going to go with this fella. Otherwise known as Moya, Miguel Angel Moya, currently on the books at Real Sociedad, my boys right there. 80 rated on your FIFA system, just played 7 games, conceded 9 goals, 2 clean sheets. So he is not number 1. He is 36 years of age, currently valued around about £1.1 million. Formerly Atletico Madrid, Getafe, Valencia. Has been around a bit, but I don't think he's ever really been number 1. Maybe he could flourish in the final couple of years of his career. So, yeah, he's a good option for you at centre-back, and his contract is up. Centre-back as goalkeeper, and he is up for grabs, boys and girls. So he'll slot in there nicely as my number 1 goalkeeper. I did have another choice for it. We'll take a look at him later. He actually makes the bench today, so we'll have a look at the alternative option. Now, into a flat back 4 here. We have been mucking about with formations over the past few days, but we're going to start with a left-back. His name goes Didac Vita, coming at you from Espanyol. Now, Espanyol have had a nightmare season. And he's one of the standouts for it. 24 games this season at left back, £2.8 million rated. They're going down to Serie Segundo Division, of course. But will he be part of the system? We just don't know. He's got 1 cap for the under-23 size for Spain. Formerly of Espanyol. Well, he started off at Espanyol, went to AC Milan for a little bit as well. He actually was on AC Milan books for quite some time. There's also a time in Betis, Eibar, Athens. He's been around the block a little bit, but he's played quite a decent amount of football this season for struggling Espanyol. So he'll slide in at left back again, going around about £3 million rated left back. So he'll slot in there nicely. There we go, in at left back. So we got 1 man in the back there, and again he's 30 years of age, so he's still got a bit of football ahead of him, maybe 5 years at a reasonably top level. Let's go into centre back now and take a look at this guy. His name is Naldo. He's a Brazilian. That's right, Naldo, coming at you also from Espanyol, another player that has tried to keep their head above water. He's only played 18 times for Espanyol this season with 1 assist. He's played around about 52% of all games. Can play either side of the centre-back sort of back 4. Was once valued at around about £4.5 million when he was knocking on the door at Krasnodar. In fact, he was actually sold for £4.5 million from Sporting to Krasnodar. He's also played over in Italy with Bologna and Udinese. He's also played out in, of course, his native Brazil with Grêmio, Cruzeiro. He's been around the world and, of course, a little bit of time in Russia. He is getting on a little bit now, 31 years of age, but can still play a bit of football out in maybe 2 or 3 years at a reasonably good level. Will he be playing in La Liga this season or next season? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But coming at a value of £1.5 million, give or take, he makes up part 2 of a 4-man backfield. So in he slots. Alongside him will be a little bit more value there. A 33-year-old Ezequiel Garay, coming at you from Valencia. I probably butchered that name. He's an Argentinian international, 32 caps to his name. He's won a fair bit of trophies over the way, a lot of bling over the years. He's coming out of Valencia, playing 17 times for Valencia, making the team 63% of the time. He was once valued around about £20 million for St. Petersburg, making the switch from Zenit to Valencia back in the day. He's getting on a little bit now, though. He's been at the club for about 4 years, so they've probably seen the best out of him, but he could probably still play another season or two at the top level. Argentinian international, 32 caps to his name. He is getting on a bit, though, but he'll go in there nicely. Valued currently at £4.3 million, despite his aging years. So it was a good old option at centre-back, and I'm sure he's still knocking on the door internationally for the RG. Joining them to make up the back four, to complete the set, we're going to go for Antonio Barragan, coming at you from Real Betis. He's currently 32 years of age. He's getting older. He will be 32, maybe 33, depending on when the season kicks off again. Currently valued at £1.4 million. So it's just 7 games this season, making the starting 11 just 15% of the time. He was once valued around about £2.4 million when Middlesbrough bought him from Valencia. So he's a familiar name to those Middlesbrough fans, I'm sure, but he didn't really set the place on fire when he was at Riverside. But he'll slot in there at right back. Was there any other options? Right back, I don't think so. Let's move into a 5-man midfield. A very, very busy 5-man midfield here. Just kicking it off with a bit of value out in Athletic Bilbao. Mikel San Jose coming at you from the right-hand side. Is that the right-hand side? Scrap that. He's coming at you from the middle of the park. That's right. Jose will come straight in there. In a very, very. In fact, we've got quite a lot of central midfielders here. We'll work around it. But anyway, Mikel Jose currently valued £4.3 million. Just the 9 games this season makes the team 11% of the time at Bilbao. He was once valued around about £9 million back in 2016. He was on the books at Liverpool as well for a period. Bilbao bought him for £2.43 million back in 2010. So he's been at Bilbao ever since. So he'll make up the first of the. He's actually played for Spain 7 times as well. So 30 years of age. He's got a couple of years out of him, maybe 2 or 3 years at the top level. And I think maybe Bilbao will renew his contract. We'll just have to wait and see. But 10 years at the club, long-time servant. Next up, we have a bit of a wizard, actually. A bit of a wizard, former Arsenal player. Right back in the Spanish contention now. 81 caps for Spain, 15 goals. It is Santi Cazorla. He's done the absolute bit since he's come back from his long-term injury, which ruled him out of Arsenal. And I think it was quite sad to see him go. He's 35 years of age now, playing 24 games, though, as a 35-year-old. 8 goals, 6 assists. Very, very creative. His creativity has seen come back into the Spain national squad at such a ripe old age. He's played 78% of the time as well. Again, formerly of Arsenal. Villarreal gobbled him up a couple seasons back. But those contract is up. I'm sure they'll be trying to trump at the bit to get him back in to re-sign, because he's been a revelation. And of course, I think he will be interested as well, because he's back in the Spanish team. Everything's going right for him. But will some of the bigger boys want to have another sniff at a veteran such as him? Joining them alongside the middle of the park. How do we do this? We'll go this guy. No, we won't. We'll save him later. Completing the midfield trio is an old Newcastle favourite, Hatem Ben Arfa. That's right, former French international. Got 15 caps, 2 goals for his names out in for France. 33 years old now. Formerly Metz, PSG. Where else was he? Where else was he? Was he formerly Metz? Former PSG, Stade Reims, Newcastle, Hull, Marseille. He's been there, seen it and done it. Got the T-shirt as well. Just 2 games this season for Real Valladolid. 33 years of age. Can he still cut the mustard? Well, he's worth a gamble, I think. Currently valued at £3.6 million. So he'll slot in there nicely to make up a nice trio of central midfielders. And then we have a bit of experience as well to add on to that. I didn't give you Santi Cazorla's value. Cazorla's value at £2.8 million as well. So there's still a bit of options for you in the middle of the park. Moving forward, we have nope, we don't have this guy. We have on the left-hand side of midfield, we'll save him. We'll go on the right-hand side for Alvaro Vadillo, coming at you from Granada. Currently 25 years of age, £2.16 million rated. He's played 22 times for Granada, 3 goals, 1 assist, featuring 56% of the time. He can play on the left or the right-hand side, so it's up to you where you would stick him. He was once valued at around about £4 million when he was playing for Betis, but he did have a spell at Huesca, which got him the switch to Granada, and now they are playing back at the top level. So Vadillo will slot in in at your right hand side of midfield. Add a bit of youth to the team as well. Of course, there's a lot of age in here. Quite an old man 11 at the minute, but Jose Vadillo will give you a bit of youth to add to these experienced heads of Ben Arfa and Cazorla. And wrapping up the 4-man or 5-man midfield is Barcelona man. That's right, Arda Turan, Turkish international, of course. 100 caps, 16 goals for Turkey. 33 years old now. Just 9 times playing for Barcelona this season. What's going to go on? Is he actually with the club right now? He left Barcelona. So yeah, it looks like he's going to go anyway. He was at Başakşehir for the opening part of the season. He might even still be there right now. But if you're also Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, and also Manchester over in his native Turkey. Very, very good player. Was once valued around about £81 million. Is that right? £31 million. £31 million. Hold the phone there. Hold the phone, boys. Yeah, 33 years of age. He could still probably play a decent level. And if you get the right team, the right chemistry, he could still get the best out of this left-sided player. And he could also offer some goals and some attacking nouts to your 11. And then wrapping it up, I think he's a former Spurs player, Roberto Soldado, also playing his football now for Granada, currently valued at £700,000. 23 games this season, 2 goals, 5 assists. He's never been that prolific, especially at Spurs anyway. He left Spurs to join Villarreal, and then he also went over to Turkey for a little bit, for around about £4.5 million. Yeah, not really set the place on fire goal scoring wise since his move to Spurs, but he's definitely a good talisman up top to hold the phone, hold the line for your supporting cast. So his option is out there, £700,000, Billy bargain, but he's going to go for even less. With the free transfer in the summer. So that makes it the starting 11. Now what about the boys that didn't make it? There's still a few bits of characters and some familiar faces at the end of this one. So let's take a look at another goalkeeper, Sergio Alvarez, coming at you from Celta Vigo. He's not first choice, he's back up over there as well. Where are you, Sergio? There you are. So he's played 2 games, 1 goal conceded and 1 clean sheet. Just played 7% of the games, formerly of Racing Ferrol. But he's been at Celta Vigo since the get-go, and now it's his chance to either make a move or what. He's 33 years of age, 1.79 metres tall. He's not the tallest of goalkeepers in the world, but yeah, he's a good backup option if you need one. So he's there. Then we have this guy. I'm not too familiar about this guy, but he's the most expensive player available, but I'm not too familiar about him. His name is Lei Wu. Lei Wu, he is a Chinese international, 67 caps, 18 games or goals. He is a attacking midfielder, play the left, the right, or down the middle. He's only 28 years of age. I guess he could lead the line here, but I just don't know too much about him. He plays for Espanyol, 3 goals in 22 games. Maybe here's a hidden gem out there for the future. Maybe some other team can have better luck with him. But he's valued at £7.2 million. A bit of a bargain. Formerly of Jianbao out in China and some other team as well. They were bought for just £1.8 million, but he's now skyrocketed up to 7, maybe even £9 million back in the day. So he's up for grabs. Joining him, we have Victor Campuzzano, who is a player from Espanyol. He is a centre-forward striker, plays 16 games, no goals. Yes, he can play left or right as well down the wings, but predominantly up top. Again, he's been with Espanyol since the get-go, so he is up for grabs, and he's another striker to be adding into these free transfer mixed. Then we have another more familiar face, Gonzalo Escalante, coming at you from Eibar, currently valued at £2.8 million, 20 games for him. Currently in central midfield, can play outright. Yet to feature for Argentina, but he could still do that. Was plucked out of the lower leagues out of Italy, Catania, to make the switch to Eibar for £900,000, but his value is a little bit more than that. But his contract is up for grabs, and he can be gotten for absolutely nothing. Where are you? There you are. So then wrapping it up, it's a familiar face for Manchester City, I think. Nolito coming at you, left-sided winger. He's played 15 times this season for Sevilla. He's 33 years of age, 16 caps, 6 goals for his time out for Spain. 15 games, 3 goals this season, 1 assist as well. Can play the left side of midfield as well as the wing, and also central midfield as well. If you want to go there, attacking midfield. He was once valued around about £16 million. That's what Man City paid from Celta Vigo back in 2016. Didn't really set the place on fire over in Manchester City, but he's doing okay for himself here in Sevilla. Still to be considered as well as one of the main teams. 44% of the time he's in the start 11, but he makes the bench out of the best freebies out of in La Liga. Goodness gracious me. But that, my friends, is it. What do you think about that then? What do you think about that? Now, that does have a bit of value in this team. Now, this first 11, the first 11 bad boys, will set you back currently at this going rate. If you bought them right here, right now, without a contract, they would cost you £25 million. If you want to add the substitutes, that'd be a further £14.6 million. So that makes a total. This whole 16-man collection will cost you just shy of £40 million. But if you wait to the end of June, beginning of July, it will cost you free. That's right, boys and girls. These babies will be free come July unless something gets sorted out. Of course, the corona issue and all that has kind of put question marks. When the season will end, will these guys still be in contract? Some of them it won't be too bothered because they're not really first team players, but the likes of Cazorla, the likes of Garay at the back there, maybe even Soldado up top, and Lou is a very, very important player to some of these teams. So they'll want them to be there as they do their own battles, whether it is at the top or at the bottom. Anyway, folks, that's it. That's all I've got for you. That completes the Out of Contract 11 series. That's right. Next up, we got some more stuff. We're going to be probably taking a look at some football badges once again. I think we're going to explore some other leagues. Some guys have expressed some opinions to maybe look at Portugal, Mexico. We'll have a look at those again, and that'll be very interesting because I'm yet to see some of those badges. So it'll be interesting. We might even have to have another sort of knockout because there's quite a lot of badges in this world, or I'll just have to cut it off here. We'll think about it. Anyway, got lots to do. Be sure to give this video some love. Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe as well. Check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms in there. Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, there is a link down there. Patreon.com/overseas. Check that soccer out, pals. You can support the channel and you can become my new best friend, boys and girls. It's there for the offering, and you can make this not the Dream 10, but the Dream 11. That's right. Join the old Patreon. There is a link down below. But until then, boys and girls, we're going to get out of here. Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.